Alright, so today I'm going to show you going to show you on my first custom hitbox. So this is my first stick. It's actually stickless. So I decided to do an arcade stick because I already purchased an H-Trap V3 SA. So that's it. It's about 14 by, if I'm correct, it's about 14 by 9 inches and about 4 inches thick, tall. That's it. And the buttons are made of soft touch Sanwa buttons, 11 24 millimeters, and then 4 30 millimeter buttons. The other 3 are for the PS button, select and start button. And then why did I decide to do a hitbox? Because I already have a V3. I already said it. Sorry. Right, so at first I tried to do some research through Slackcoin and shoryuken.com, as well as Pinoy 2D fighters. So I did a lot of research before I made one. I had at least about, the whole thing cost 3,000 pesos for just building this one. It's quite expensive if you would ask me, rather than just buying one, but still it's a simple project that I want to start, as well as a hobby. So that's it. It's covered by the back panel is covered by a 1/8 acrylic plastic, and then in the front I have two 1/16 plexiglass, plexiglass. The art, the template came from D3V, Pinoy 2D fighters, as well as shoryuken.com. But for the Philippine flag, I don't know where, I forgot. Alright, but thanks to the artist, it's really cool. So as you would see, and the wiring's quite not that pretty, although I decided to do that because this is my first project. I really wanted to fix it by the next one. The PCB is a cheap China made, or Philippine made, because it's from CDR King. It's a local shop here in the Philippines that sells cheap stuff. And then I had it only for about $2 for the wiring and the soldering. It's about $2 as well in total. And then I bought an extension USB, so for about $3, $3 to $4. You notice the home button doesn't have any wiring to it. The reason for that is because the PCB that I bought didn't really have any home button. But once I do purchase a 6-axis adapter and a Leo V2 from akihabarashop.com .jp, I'm gonna replace this one or just build a new one. Right. So this is the extension, right? And I had this made quite quickly. The only thing that made it took it long for me to do everything is because of the shipping for buttons coming from akihabarashop.jp. It took about almost 2 weeks for them to deliver. So I started at first. It's covered by a carbon fiber mesh, but at first I decided to have it at the black paint, but it looked really ugly because the wood that we used was actually just a scrap wood. because this was just an experiment at first, but it went out great. So later on, I'm gonna show you how it works. Alright, so on a hitbox, just want to explain it. These are the directional buttons. So it's just like playing a keyboard. If you're used to playing a keyboard rather than a stick, so and the response is quite fast. This is the left, down, and right. They made the layout that this is the up button, and this is just a jab, medium punch, fierce. I mean the triple square, triangle, X, circle, R1, R2, L1, L2, if I'm correct. So the response is quite quick compared to a stick, especially if you're doing a combo. But you need to get used to it, especially with the up button. That's because two of your thumbs are actually on the up button, so there's no problem when you need to get used to that, because most probably you'll be pressing this as the down button because it's on the button. Alright, so just want to show you a quick preview on what I did. This is actually a custom acrylic, if you notice. Oh, can't see it in the video, but I made a custom classic acrylic for my V3SA, and then change the ball top to a gray one to match the start button. And then all of this are actually these are the first these are the original buttons that I ordered from IKEABarbershop.com, and the white buttons came from the V3SA. Right, so I didn't really do a video on how to make the stick. First of all, I didn't get enough pictures, but hopefully this will help you. So again, the things that you need are the buttons, the panel. The panel is actually plywood, and then I drilled large plywood, and then acrylic panel on top. These are actually 2 layers, and the buttons are hooked to that 2 layers of 1/16, and then the art is in between those 2 layers, so it's not connected with the wood panel. And then some scrap wood, a USB extension just if you need it. There's a 3 meters USB extension. The PCB is quite cheap here, but sadly they don't sell it anymore. It was only for about $2. I just bought a $4 one, but the PS3 didn't recognize it. But about the PCB for the CDR King, you need to check it first before you open it up. The reason for that is because the layouts are really quite different, right? So I do have other projects. I'm gonna revive my CDR King stick that was a gift, and then I'm gonna make one. Actually, I already have a box. I'm just waiting for the PCB, the stick, and the buttons coming from my friend. So I'm gonna show that on my next video about arcade sticks. So that's it.